I decided to take the initiative and ask Anna Lee to meet me at the cafe. Our last meeting was awkward at best. I'm still beating myself up for how badly I misinterpreted her signals. I've had time to think about our conversation, and there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask, now that I'm not on the spot. Anna Lee is sitting across from me at a table for two. She's frowning at the wall-mounted menu above the counter. I think she's scaring the baristas. I like this spot. It's not too fancy or highbrow, and it makes for a great date venue. I thought it was Anna Lee for a minute. Not that I've brought any dates here recently. She doesn't seem to be listening. These frappes seem to be over-glorified milkshakes. Cookies and cream, caramel ribbon. You're telling me this is coffee? Oh, so she likes it black. She likes that really strong coffee. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Fine, this place was your suggestion. Put in an order for the two of us and I'll try it. Whoa, pressure's on. What will I get? Let's get a black coffee. Blah! I mean, yum! Don't force yourself. This isn't half bad, though. Or maybe I've drunk enough burnt office coffee and my taste buds are blunted for good. Seriously, the CEO girl boss lady of Glamour Pop can't get fresh coffee? What about your assistants? I haven't always had assistants. I haven't always been the boss, either. Guess that's fair. I haven't really thought much about Anna Lee's early career. We sip on our drinks a bit. Anna Lee looks positively elegant sitting in front of me. With crossed legs and a pinky finger out, she raises her cups to her lips. But also totally out of place. This isn't a businessy joint, and the customers are mostly cool younger people. Down to business, then. I'd like to talk to you some more about Magical Girls, specifically regarding the Sentinels and their relationship with my... Hold your horses. I'm okay about talking about this stuff with you, but we promised it wouldn't be just me sharing stories. I think some give and take is only fair. Deal? Anna Lee tilts her head. Who knew Starlight was such a little businesswoman? Fine, I can accept that. I figured Pinky Promise wasn't going to work, so I've decided to speak your language. The first thing I'd like to ask... Why did you scout me out? I know you said you wanted to talk to the Sentinels leader, but you literally work with Aura. Why not approach her first? I did, but not overtly. I asked about her time as a Sentinel, typical business small talk before we got into the nitty-gritty over sentimentality. And what'd she say? She spent the entire conversation complaining about you. What? Starlight this, Starlight that. She didn't have anything to say about herself as Lieutenant Sentinel Aurora, which was what I was really asking her about. Oh, Aura. I'm sorry, we've had our disagreements in the past, but to think it was this bad. Don't be so short-sighted, Starlight. From my point of view, she's head over heels for you. Excuse me? Don't even joke about that. I'm not the joking type. She's dedicated to you. It's enough to make me a little jealous. Anna Lee, now you're definitely messing with me. Maybe. They're in a public place talking about this, you know. Like people are going to hear, right? I'm not the only one thinking this, right? Anna Lee taps her nails on the coffee table as she sips her drink. Like, she is a publicly, famous businesswoman. Like, are they wearing disguises or something? Like she works with Aura. She owns a company. Like, people are going to know her face if they don't know Akiko's. Like, people are listening in. She knows this, right? I suppose I have no choice but to delve into my past. I've already asked so much of you already. I'm all ears. Do you remember when you picked up that charm for me back when we first met? Of course I do. I don't think I'll ever forget it. That was Sayori. Strawberry Sayori, that is. She was the leader of our magical group, Fruit Fatale. Sayori was the heart of our group. The first of us to gain magical powers and the one who named us. Other than me, there were two other girls, Bree and Marina. Oh, they called her Mari. Muscat Mary. But I guess her full name is Marina. We all went to school together. Whoa, sounds kind of like us. The Sentinels were all at the same high school. Let me guess, it's the one by the south side of Diamond Code? The one by the seaside? Yeah, that one. Did you know that building used to host an all-girls school? Before Emerald High, it was Ruby's preparatory academy for girls. Oh, I think I heard something about that when I attended. Makes me kind of wish I was able to attend back then. The name sounds way fancier. No, you don't. One, we had to pay tuition. Two, our classmates were positively vicious. Back on subject, we all bonded together because we were misfits who stuck out for one reason or another. Take Bree, for example. She was a total delinquent, picking fights with anyone who looked at her funny. Annalise shakes her head disapprovingly. Marina and Sayori were perfectly tame in comparison. But they weren't able to keep up with the whims of classroom cliques, or any of the other insufferable social expectations imposed on us. And you? What about me? Did they pick on you because... stuck up is probably not the best thing. I'm thinking either too pretty or too too pretty. I bet they picked on you because they were jealous of your looks. If you were even half as beautiful as you are now... Stop right there. You sound like a lecherous old man. Hey, that's going too far. I was just giving you a compliment. Annalila rolls her eyes. Like, I mean, technically the dork would have counted too because she has a Sayori charm, but like... That's one of her... She's just supporting her like her teammate. For the record, they called me a stuck-up prude. You're my boss. I can't call you that. They might be right, but I have my rules and boundaries. I don't think you're a prude at all. So I am stuck up? No! Anyways, Sayori offered to meet us at a cafe once we had all gained our powers. She was a sweets fanatic, but always ordered this bizarre parfait. Strawberries, bananas, grapes, and avocados. Avocados? Avocados on a parfait? Alright. Sounds unique. It certainly was. Unique enough for her to assign us magical girl names, in fact. Oh, so that means you were... Avocado Anna. Going to laugh, most found it just as funny. An avocado-themed magical girl doesn't have much appeal going for her. No, sorry, just kind of unexpected. The Sentinels were very particular about our chosen names, cool space themes and all. Sayori was never a naming genius, or a genius at anything, really. She's what you call a complete airhead. Girls at school picked on her for being a ditz. But I could never say no to her when she flashed us that ridiculous grin. And so Fruit Fatale was born. And so it was. Annalise seems to be in a trance as she calls back old memories. Honestly, I'm right there with her, thinking back to magical days full of excitement and wonder. Honestly, I'm kind of envious of you, Annalise. Sure, your school life didn't sound amazing, but you had a great squad to back you up. Now you're a whole CEO on top of the world. You balanced magical life and real life way better than I did. I was the leader of the Sentinels. Then I was a high school dropout, and now I'm just a lowly makeup store attendant. I've been thinking a lot about that recently. Oh, you were? Annalie was thinking about me? How should I be celebrating right now? It seemed to me you do a lot more than you think you do. I've been consulting with some other retail workers in our stores after meeting you. You're a front-facing salesperson, selecting makeup based on the individual needs of the customers. That takes people skills, intuition, and a deep knowledge of our products. Not everybody will be satisfied with what you pick out, even when you think you've made the right choice. That's a mental toll. It's admirable, really. Wow, thanks? I mean, I'm really used to getting talked down to about what I do. But you're right, it's super hard, but rewarding. Like, when I pick out something that really makes the customer happy, I get this total boost of energy. It makes my day. I think that's why I'm still at the store, to be honest. I can always look forward to those little wins. I see. Now it's my turn to say I'm envious, Starlight. It sounds like you're making a positive difference in the world, even if it's just helping people with their makeup. Ellie, please, you have nothing to be jealous of. Oh, but I do. I'm planning to... resign. Very soon. What? Resign? Quiet down, you're disturbing the customers around us. They are listening in. Like, literally listening in. This is going to be in the papers tomorrow. I'm guessing it's the papers because it's the early 90s. So, I mean, they'll probably be on, like this world's version of TMZ or something, too, but... Sorry. Sentimentality will be my mark on the brand, and then I'm off. And I'll let you know a little secret since I'm in such an emissive mood today. I despise glamour pop. Climbing the ranks of this company has been hellish. You can't imagine what I inherited either. Years ago, the company was on the brink of total financial collapse. There was mismanagement at every level. We were about to go under. I worked hard to pull us out from the deep. Poured my heart and soul into it. But what for? Some renown from business bigwigs? At the end of the day, I'm just a woman to them. But then what's next for you? I guess the sky's the limit for someone so accomplished. Please, I'm not aiming for anything so lofty, and I haven't thought much about what I'd like to do after this either. Annalie glances over to the barista, who is currently transfixed on pouring a milk cart into someone's latte. Maybe I'll do something like that. Make coffee? Just a fleeting thought. I'm not being serious. It's okay if you were, though. I feel like I should do something assuring. Oh, we got some good choices. Probably not holding her hand. Oh, okay. So I remember the Sayori bit. This is probably not a good choice because she's not going to believe it. So tell her she can do what she wants. You should do whatever you want, Annalie. Take an extended vacation, see the world, move away from Diamond Cove. Actually, don't though. I want to keep seeing you. Or well, moving was part of my plan, but... Oh. But even if it is, it's not like we won't see each other ever again. Just promise me that you'll visit, okay? Annalie chews on her lips. She looks nervous for some reason. No promises. With that, we wrap up our cafe date. Annalie thanks me for my time, something I should really be saying to her instead, and leaves an enormous tip at the counter. For her heading off to her sleek-looking car, she gives me an awkward pat on the shoulder. I'll be seeing you again, I hope. Something in her expression looks pained. I should keep reaching out. Of course, I'll call soon. Alright, I need to take a break and get a drink real quick. Alright. I didn't know it at the time, but that second date was the first crack in Annalie's armor. Our first date, she was in control, more than I ever realized at the time. But at the cafe, I got to see a bit behind the curtain. She wanted to let someone in, and I was the one that called. No, it was more than that, wasn't it? We shared an understanding that day. We built trust. We both knew how it felt to be lost. And I did lose her. Despite how elated I was leaving the cafe, the reality of Magic's disappearance was about to hit hard. Everyone's powers were becoming more fickle. Everyone was feeling more exhausted. We had nothing really to go on. It was natural that desperation made us on edge. We wanted a lead, and we found one in Les. I think it was Ara who said it? Yeah. We'll see it again. Why not? I've been watching this person for the past few days, and I think I found who we're looking for. It's Liz. My work wife? Akiko and I are the ones whose magic is being affected the most, and we've been around Liz at the store more than anything else. Anyone else. I don't think that's a coincidence. Plus, I overheard her saying how much she doesn't like me in particular, so she could be targeting me now after Akiko. Is that what this is really about? Someone disliking you doesn't make them evil. Get over yourself. Fuck you. This has nothing to do with it. Uh-huh. Are you sure about that? Hey, let's focus. We aren't going to get anywhere if we argue. If we have a lead, why not follow it? I can do the investigation since I'm the one that brought it up. No offense, but I think maybe someone more level-headed should go. So this is kind of telling me, because I don't get a choice during these events, it's actually giving me the idea of like what the correct question mark path is, at least for this universe, during those stories. We were still so at odds then, had so much pain to still work out between us. We decided the least biased people to look into Les were Miranda and Jackie. Hindsight being what it is now, Miranda is decidedly not unbiased about Les. Uh-huh. So Akiko didn't go that time. It was Jackie. Oops, back on topic. Maybe I should have stepped up as leader, but I just couldn't focus. The push and pull between my excitement at getting to know Annalie and the stress of magic failing, along with the wounds the Sentinel needed to heal, made it a confusing time. But at least the next day was Christmas and I could take some time to recuperate. That is until I heard a knock. Solaire. I run over to the front door and open it to see... Oh no. Solaire. Merry Chris! I closed the door. Sorry, Akiko's not feeling well today. Open up, it's an emergency. Merry Christmas! Right, thanks, Solaire. Merry Christmas. Oh, you're very lucky. Santa Blaze is here to give one very special girl a very special gift. Solaire pulls a rectangular gift box out of his jacket. Behold, now I'm sure you're wondering what's inside, but Solaire drones on about what's inside the box, but I already know what it is. It's a bunch of soul cards. I would know because that's the only thing he ever gave me when we dated. I decided to cut him off now. He's practically yelling now, and I don't want any noise complaints. Solaire, this is so, appreciated. I can't wait to open it, so thanks for stopping by. You're very welcome, Akiko. I'm a little sad you haven't invited me in, but I get it. You've always been on the shy side, and I grabbed the box from his hands. Right, anyway, see yous later. God damn it. I was hoping someone else would be at my door. I guess I haven't done a great job of connecting with them. I open the box, and inevitably there's a card inside. It appears to be custom-made. It's me, Princess Sentinel Starlight, painted sloppily with markers and acrylic paint. It's actually kind of sweet. Maybe there's something to be said for Solaire sometimes. I go to read the description. It says, Solaire Blaze's ultimate sidekick. I throw the card in the garbage and move on with my day. So why are we remembering this specifically? I wonder what kind of present Anna Lee might have given me. What am I saying? We had barely went on 2 dates. Slow down, girl. While I was busy focusing on Anna Lee, Miranda and Jackie investigated Lee's, and to my great relief, found out that she is just my little weirdo and not a scheming villainess. Even though I think she would probably make an adorable and frighteningly effective one, she probably would. But they said Les had been upset, struck by a sense of nostalgia that sent her spiraling. And that was the only sign that what was happening to Magic was getting worse. Glamour Pop's customers got a little spirited. I've been in that office my whole life. I've wasted my life away in sales. Trapped in that awful cubicle. I wish I was a magical girl instead. Shut the hell up. Everything's too loud. So loud, but I can't hear Oz's voice anymore. Give it to me. You, give it to me. Whoa, calm down. What are you looking for? Hey, please don't break the glass. Is he foaming at the mouth? Santa. But we had no new leads, so I buried my head in the sand, like I've been doing all these years. I wasn't stepping up as a leader. I wasn't being a very good friend. Do you ever just look back at your younger self and want to scream, wake up all the fucking time? Anyway, you're doing it all wrong. You're about to run full force into the greatest heartbreak of your life. Am I repeating history, looking for her now after all these years? But I couldn't know that. Couldn't see what was happening in front of me. I told myself it was okay. We had no leads. She was a magical girl too. Perhaps I could find out what was happening from her. But the real reason was I just wanted to see her. And then she called me. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, I do often like scream at my past self and just be like, man, why didn't you figure it out earlier? But at the same time, if I didn't figure it out at the time I did it, certain things probably wouldn't have happened the way they did. So maybe it is better that it took so long. So it was still annoying. It was still annoying that it took me so long to figure certain things out. But in the end, I think it ended up being better. It's complicated. Life's complicated. I have to say, I've imagined a lot of scenarios for our third meetup. We could try a real sit-down restaurant, or maybe a movie or a play. We're at the high school, aren't we? Instead, I've broken us both into my old high school. Starlight? This is a sorry excuse for a classroom. Yeah, well, it's a public school now. Sometimes I'd hear the teachers complain about budget cuts and government spending. Not that I ever had the chance to follow local politics. I was too focused on saving society from more existential threats. Annalie frowns as she traces her hand over the musty desks. I can almost hear her making a mental note to herself to start calling up local politicians demanding for change. I'm sure it's a far cry from its former glory, but this is what it was like when I went to class. Still, these desks are looking dingy as ever. And look, I carved my initials into this one. I'm surprised they haven't sanded it down. Former glory? On the contrary, everything looks the same. That's what's so horrible about it. Surely they could have invested in whiteboards. These desks look better in my day. Even the chairs are the same. I grab a chair and give it an experimental sit down. It wobbles a little and the backrest squeaks. Come on, it still works. It's just gone through a few decades of wear and tear. Annalie looks doubtful, but she pulls a chair around to sit across from me. So, want to tell me why you chose to meet with me at my high school in the middle of the night? You mean our high school? Our high school, technically. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. You're, like, kind of going through memory lane during these dates. I thought it'd be exciting. I get to see the after-dark classroom hideout where you and the Sentinels planned together. Most of all, I was looking forward to seeing how Ruby Prep had changed. Instead, it's disappointingly familiar. Why the disappointment? Familiar should be good, though, right? I mean, you talked about your teammates so fondly last time we met. I was fond of them, not the school itself. This place doesn't exactly evoke good memories for me. Right, she mentioned being a misfit in the past. Does that mean you were bullied? Oops, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Annalie exhales wistfully. I suppose that's what it was. All four of us were bullied, tormented by other girls on the daily for being a little different from the norm. That's what made the magical life so great. It felt like we were empowered and in control of our lives for once, until we weren't. She's being vague, but I think I know what she means. Magic is a heavy weight to carry. It feels like everything spirals if you can't handle it. Annalie meets my eyes and gives me a slow nod. There is silent for a while. Annalie looks contemplative as she stares out the cloudy windows of the classroom. We've shared a handful of quiet moments together like this over the past few meetups. Annalie seems like she enjoys them. There's probably not a lot of wiggle room to chill out when you're constantly on the business grind. Eventually, I decide to break the calm with an exaggerated sigh. I can't say I'd have broken in here when I'd known you just wanted to visit on a whim. No offense, but it's a little risky. Please, like you care about the rules. You told me you've broken in here about 1,000 times with your Sentinel crew. You're right, the security is practically non-existent. It's funny, we're years apart in age, but it feels like you're my classmate right now. Me? Your classmate? I bet we would have been great friends if we went to school together. We wouldn't have been on the same magical girl squad or anything, just classmates. And even without the magical girl stuff to relate to, I bet we get along. Don't be ridiculous, we're a generation apart. What would we even talk about? I don't know, maybe we wouldn't have to talk about anything. We could just sit here and enjoy each other's company like we're doing now. Oh! We made her blush! Day success, question mark? I can't say I'd hate that. Is my mind deceiving me, or is Annalie's cheeks a little pink right now? If this is a dream, I hope I never wake up. Starlight? No, Akiko. May I ask you a question? This is something I need to know. Please be honest with me. Your magic, where does it come from? That was out of nowhere. I'm not really prepared to divulge right now. You know what, we can... Like, what's this really going to say? Like, her knowing this is not going to do much, is it? Right? Okay, it's a long story, but I don't mind giving you the rundown. So basically, I'm from space, an alien, not human. My home planet was destroyed and I had to seek refuge here on Earth. Stop right there. I'm not asking for your TV backstory. I've seen the anime, I've read the articles, the alien shtick is cute and great for the press, but I want the real story, not the made-up one. Made up? I'm being for real right now. You aren't. Do you seriously expect me to believe that you're an alien princess from outer space? Yes? Akiko, please. Can't you tell me the truth? I am. Annalie looks at me with disappointment in her eyes. I suppose that means I'm not getting a straight answer about where your magic comes from. I should have known better. That's on you. You're choosing not to believe me. I know my own past just like you know yours. We're not talking about my past. Annalie, why are you getting so upset? I've tried my best to explain everything to you since our first encounter. I'm not trying to conceal everything. Anything. I trust you. Can you trust me back? Annalie abruptly stands and walks away from our desk, as if she can't stand to be around me a second longer. It doesn't matter how much I try, how many hours I pour into researching magic and magical girls, I can't find an answer. Is it a plague? Does it spread from person to person? Or maybe it's a cancer, something eternal that grows over time? Annalie turns her head and her gaze is icy. Even you, my most promising lead, won't give up her secrets. I'm a lead? I told you everything I can. I've shared stories the public's never even heard before with you. I could go over them with you over and over, but this is all I have. I can't accept that. I'm sorry, Starlight. That was completely out of line. Somehow, I always get carried away around you. It's alright, really. Wait, okay, maybe Akiko really doesn't come from space? Then, but she's been led to believe it? Wait, okay, I'm about to go after the cat. What does Alistair know that we don't? I want to know, what just happened? Why freak out on me about where my magic comes from? Annalie wavers for a second. It's because... Do you feel in control of your powers? Actually, they've been disappearing lately. Truth be told, I've been having some issues with my magic. My light won't shine as bright as before. I've tried using Serene Aid on Jackie, and it barely did anything. It's been something I've been meaning to bring up with you, actually. With me? Why? Have you been experiencing a decline in your powers? Come to think of it, I never got a straight answer about what Annalie's powers really do. My powers belong in my past. I'm not exactly keen on using them anymore. That's understandable. Some of the Sentinels worry about their magic too. They won't do it unless it's absolutely necessary. Still, at this rate, we could lose our powers forever. Our retirement from magical girlhood might be permanent. Unexpectedly, Annalie smiles and grasps my hand. That's a relief, then. Excuse me? Isn't it a weight off your shoulders, letting go of magic for good? Yes? No? I don't know. I haven't considered what my life might be without magic. For better or worse, it's been a part of me since forever. It's hard to let slip through my fingers without even knowing why. She frowns and lets go. I feel a little guilty, crushing the spark of joy she had shown me. I want to reach out and feel her hands again. Then what about your Sentinel friends? Have they been losing their powers too? How do they feel about it? Well, I'm not at liberty to speak to anyone's magical effectiveness at the moment. Those are confidential Sentinel secrets. But I guess you were onto something. We definitely have a range of opinions when it comes to our powers. I admit, I may know one or two people who could stand to live their lives without it. It might be freeing, actually. Freeing indeed. Listen to me. You couldn't give me a straight answer about the origin of your powers. How could you stand to walk around not really knowing what could happen next? Can you trust your Sentinel friends to always fight for what's right? To keep their magic latent, never to be used for their own selfish gain? Stop. They're my teammates and my lifelong friends. I haven't always been the best at keeping up with them, I admit, but I know them. You know them for now, but people change. High school won't last forever, and neither will your 20s. Bad things happen in life. Horrible, awful situations you can't even imagine until they happen to you. It can break a person apart or turn them inside out. Yeah, one of us could stray from the path of a normal, upstanding life. Anyone can make the wrong decision. But we'll always be here to support one another, no matter what happens. We made that promise when we became magical girls, and I believe in it to this day. Annalie scoffs at that, rolling her eyes. God, give me a break. I can't stand this naivete. Nothing is permanent in this lifetime. Not your magic, your friendships, or your flimsy teenage promises. Everything feels like it's going horribly wrong. Has all the progress I've made with our relationship been for nothing? I'm sorry, but this is how I feel. My friends are good people at heart. I know they wouldn't abuse the magic we share. Maybe you could talk to them, like get to know everybody better? Please, I know more than my fair share about the Sentinels. R and I have been working together for longer than I have ever known you. Yeah, but enough. We're getting nowhere, and I'm done wasting my time with you tonight. Wasting time? Annalie. Annalie huffs and massages her temples. We'll discuss this another time. I'm not in the mood to go back and forth with you anymore. I'm calling a cab for you. It's late and you shouldn't be walking home alone. Before I can get a word in, she strides out of the classroom with her cell phone to her ear. I definitely screwed that up, but how could she blame me? Damn it.